Welcome back to another edition of the Vulcan Report, but this time it's the end of day report coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com. It's your one and only Dex, the algo capitalist, aka the Vulcan. All right, so we had a rally on Wall Street. All right, we had a rally. All right, markets finished up nice and strong. Had a technical bounce. All right, you had the cash Dow closing up over 22,000. You know, the Dow showing off. You know, doing what it want to do, saying, "Hey, I'm strong. I'm up in here. You can't stop me. I'm a beast." You know, market was just beasting on the bull side today. Keep in mind that this is exactly what I expected was going to happen. So we're not witnessing anything that I did not expect. As a matter of fact, I told you that that was going to happen. I said, this is what the day is going to be looking like for you. I expected the market to rally today. Tomorrow will be a continuation pattern. We probably will see a more narrow type of a range. Continuation pattern, market will move up a little bit, not as dramatic as today, and then it will set us up for selling come Wednesday. Now, talk to you for a bit. As you know, I've been in the lab heavy these past 2 weeks. Heavy. All right. And it is what it is, folks. When I emerge out of that lab, you know, I got a little something, and I'm thinking about ways to, you know, make things better so that you have the tools in your hands that you need to have. And for those of you that were with me in the webinar this morning, you know what I'm talking about. You saw firsthand the power of the pulse waves. All right. And I like giving it to you like that. I like when you guys can see the flow like that. So I'm glad I have now emerged from my slumber. I'm no longer in the lab. I'm out. I'm free to walk around and get some fresh air, look up at the sky, look at the birds, all that good stuff. You know? So now it's all about moving forward and seeing what's going on here in the world. I was able to do a little bit of digging today when I emerged from my laboratory, you know, and I realized that there are things going on that look like they may be trying to pull the wool over our eyes. Now, I'm sure we all have seen the same news reports, same videos, etc., etc. But what you take away from it sometimes is different than what others may take away from it. So I go in there eyes wide open. I like to see what's going on, and not just what's going on, but what do people think about what's going on. That's just as important as what is actually going on. So I listen and I look and I realize that how come we haven't really had a public debate on the coronavirus? No town hall meeting. I would like to see on national TV a real live debate done in debate style fashion. All right. With scoring, the whole nine, whatever. So I'm dead serious. I would like to see that. I would like to see, you know, experts from the medical community on the left and experts from the medical community on the right. And I would like for them to sit down and present their evidences and questions to one another, and let's see what the answers will be. All right, because last time I checked, it wasn't many of us that are virologists or epidemiologists or chemists or technicians of any kind. I'm not an infectious disease expert. All right, so I think we need to hear from the experts on both sides. That's how you have a fair debate, not 10 experts from the left and one expert from the right ganging, and they all get to gang up on the one person. I'm talking about a real live joint with a real live audience and everything. And even, have the audience be able to ask questions at the end of each panel member. You know what I'm saying? A real professional, collegiate style debate. That's what I want to see. We don't do that in this country anymore. Not at all. There is a dog and pony show of it on the mainstream media, but it's not. It's where they take a bunch of experts on one side and one on the other, and then they all gang up on the person, talk over him. He doesn't get to speak, and they're trying to cram in, a 2-hour debate in 2 minutes, and it's really ridiculous. They're just pushing their agenda when they do that. But the reason why I'm saying this is because it has come to our attention that the coronavirus is not what everyone thought it was. It's not what it appears to be. There has emerged some evidence now from those in the medical community that this is not the flu as it was first put to the masses. They kept comparing it with the flu. All right, it was like, and that's like that was a misnomer. They were doing that on purpose. Then they said, okay, it's a viral pneumonia. All right, it's a respiratory issue. But now we're hearing that that is not necessarily the case either. We're hearing now medical professionals, that means doctors and nurses, saying that they are dealing with something they have never even seen or even heard about before. And that this is not a pneumonia, nothing like they've seen ever. And it has come to our attention that when you put people on the respirator, that's almost a 99% death sentence for them. They don't come off the respirator once they go on it, because it's not a lung issue in that way. It's more of a deprivation of oxygen issue. It's a weird kind of thing, and it's showing earmarks of being a weaponized virus, being a weapon, not something that occurs in nature. They put the strain under the coronavirus strain because then they could always argue that coronavirus is common in nature. Yeah, coronavirus is, but coronavirus is being used as a Trojan horse to present the weaponized virus. All right, the coronavirus is just a Trojan horse. Coronavirus is a class of type of infections. It is not necessarily the infection itself. All right, this thing that the medical professionals are saying they're dealing with is unlike anything they've ever seen, and they said that it needs to be put out there. All right, I don't know if people have saw it, the doctor up in New York, but man, if you ain't seen it, you need to watch that joint. That thing it was eye-opening. It was riveting, and it really opened up some things for myself. Then we noticed too that they were saying that people's information was getting taken down, and I thought that was messed up too. I'm like, why do you feel the need to hide the truth? All right, so here's the link to a version of it that is still up in the world. Okay, go ahead and click that and bookmark it for yourself to watch later. But that video was quite eye-opening. So anyway, I say all that to say I was listening to that, and then I was comparing it with, what the word on the street is, what's going on in these markets. And the word on the street is that we're setting ourselves up for something absolutely catastrophic. And I believe that these markets are about to roll over something gargantuan like we have not seen. I don't think we've seen it yet. All right. I just posted the link here in the live chat. You guys should see it. It went on the thing with the thingy behind the thing. Behind the thing on the thing with the thing. Let me see if I can also do something else here. Hold on. Okay, I guess I can't do it because we're still going live. But I did post the link here in it. You guys should see it. You should see it. Okay. Let's see. Urgent warning for America. Is that the SG report joint? Because I saw that. Yeah, I definitely see. I saw that with the lady from South Africa. Yeah, I saw that. So yeah, I definitely saw that. Okay, so at any rate, there's some things going on in the world that are starting not to add up, and it don't feel right at all. Now, I'm telling you that, the markets, they speak, you guys. They speak loudly. These numbers, they don't just come out of thin air. They mean something. They're being put here on purpose. I don't know how to explain it any other way than that. I showed you the live demonstration this morning when Frank and I did the webinar showing you the predictive probability power of the PulseWave price trigger system. And you saw what it did. We used the Aussie dollar as just one example. The report posts, thousands of securities every day. And this happens every day. So, and the reason I'm able to do it is because when I be tell you guys that the markets are being used as a communications mechanism, that's what I mean. And it's always been that way. The numbers mean certain things. That's why I was able to show you the Illuminati Index with Hack and a couple of others, that you're not going to see, or hear anywhere else on social media. And that's because those that are in the know keep it to themselves. They dare not speak. And then the majority of people, they just don't know. What I do is not common knowledge. So while I'm still able to do it and have the platform to do it, I do it. All right. So with that being said, folks, I did tell you that I would notify you when my shopping list was going to come out. My shopping list will be coming out. I'm expecting to do some major shopping in the morning. Now there's a strong probability I may not get filled on a majority of things because I'm actually looking to buy the pullback with the inverse ETFs. But I'm also looking to actually operate in tonight's market, in the futures market. I'm looking to operate in the gold futures, silver futures, and the stock indexes, specifically the Russell futures. If you look at the overnight session right now as we speak, the Russell is not as convinced as the other stock indexes. It doesn't mean things can't turn around. What I'm saying, though, is I'm looking at the breadth of the energy coming out of the market. And right now, the Russell is saying it's tired and it wants to go to sleep, meaning it wants to roll over now and go night-night. When markets roll over, they go night-night for real. And this one's looking like it's about to go night-night. So let's do this. Let's lead in with that chart first so you can see what I'm talking about. And then we'll take it from there because I'm looking to operate. And we're gonna put some money on the table. All right, so here is this here. You guys should be able to see that now. I'll try to make the chart big as I can. All right, so this is the Russell futures. When you look at the real chart here, things look a little bit different, don't they? They don't look like what you saw today with the massive up move, because we're in this enormous trading range and we are just respecting the range and trading within it. It makes it look like the regular up and downs of the daily bars, like there's something really going on in the market. And it's not. As a matter of fact, look at this chart for just a moment. I want you guys to focus on it just for a moment. And then we'll get into the whys in a second. But just focus on this chart. What do you see? You see how the market was under correction, came off correction with an uptrend channel, then gave it all back, and now we're under the auspices of the correction again, setting up for a leg down. The next leg down, like I said, should be devastating. Now, depending on how the money flows start working tomorrow, we could break this line and, like I said, retest up here. All right, and regardless of what happens, we'll be ready. We got the PulseWave reports waiting. It's not a problem. We're gonna catch it. We ain't gotta worry about it. But for right now, I know what I'm seeing, and it don't feel like strength to me. Now your Asian session is open. All right, London is open, and this is where we are. Okay, so you got to trade what you see. We're still in a bear market, right? You can see here the momentum has not totally shifted. It's still bearish. Everything on this chart you're seeing is bearish. Nothing is saying bullish. Okay? Nothing is saying bullish. All we're doing is switching from, overbought to oversold and vice versa. Every rally in the market is still being sold off. Every rally is being sold off. Sold off here. Sold off here. Sold off from here. Sold off from here. Sold off from here. That's what we're seeing now. All right. It has not started yet. All right. Market ain't turned until it really turned. And right now, we're not. We're just still consolidated, acting like a day trader's paradise. Up day, down day, up day, down day, up day, down day. Okay. I would say watch this. Also, you need to be keeping your eyes on the British pound. This is for my forex traders. Boris Johnson is in the ICU. He's not in the hospital. He's in the ICU. That's intensive care unit, which is the cousin of the CCU, the critical cardiac care unit. All right, this is a serious thing. This so-called coronavirus is now being used to take out certain leaders in opposition. All right, again, this is a weapon if I've ever seen it, folks. People better wake up. All right, so the Russell, I'm waiting to pounce on that one on the short side. Taking a look at the GLD. The GLD got away from me, and I'm kicking myself for that. Part of it was me being in the lab, so I really wasn't able to really concentrate like I wanted to. But now I'm out the lab, so I'm here to get down, to get grizzly bear with it. So we got these gap ups, so you know that this is ready to pull back at some point and fix the gap. Here we gap monsterly, and then the market came and fixed it. This is setting up for another pullback. Gold futures, as we speak right now, on the June contract. The June contract is trading at 1730. All right, we're at 1730. We've rolled over. We're trading the June contract on the gold now. All right, June contract is at 1730.2 right now, after so far hitting the overnight high of 1742. All right, so it's up $36.50 right now. All right, so that's going to drive the GLD as well. All right, so I see it going up a little bit. We got the beginning stages of a a weekly. I can't even think straight now. Weekly trend momentum reading is turning bullish, and you can see we're arcing up on the momentum here. So all systems are go right now. I just don't like the two gaps. I see a pullback coming before we continue higher. All right, so not looking to get involved until that happens. I'm watching it. I want to get involved, but because of the gappage, I don't like it. Now, if I would have caught the initial move, I would be good right now with just holding it and keeping my stop in place and not worrying about it. But because I'm not involved and I don't have any working orders, I don't want to buy up here knowing that it's about to pull back to at least here and maybe even here first before really taking off. So that's how I like to play it. That's how I like to work it for now. If anything, I might be forced to try to get involved with the DGLD first, knowing that it's only going to be for a day or two, because I know that it's just going to hold me until this gap is filled. Once the gap is filled, then I have to get out of it and then roll over to the GLD. So that's my thinking with gold at this point of the game. Okay. All right, moving forward, taking a look at the GDXJ. We still got that ticking time bomb. All right, we're not trending. All right, we're still in a downtrend overall, price and trend line below the Kumo cloud. But with trendless, we got a ticking time bomb. We're just moving sideways. All right, see, no trend, just a big black abyss, meaning that this could fall even further, or it can try to rally some more. We're getting closer to the trend line resistance. So if you were to get involved, if you were able to at least catch this tomorrow, once it starts getting up here toward this trend line resistance, you got to get ready to pull the trigger and take out what you can, and get ready to JDST your way down there or whatever, or JNUG. So JNUG for now, but JDST is setting itself up to get ready to go too. All right, so I think there are about to be fireworks in these markets. That's one of the reasons why they lowered the price and the nugget and the dust and the JDST and the JNUG. They did what they did with these because I think they're ready to move. And the markets couldn't move the way they need to move at $200 and $300 and $400 a share. So they had to lower it so, people could pile in, and, when it's time to go, these things are going to go. So I just had to let you know that too. All right. So moving on. The uptrend channel, though, is still intact for now, getting closer toward resistance. But you got to watch it. We don't know if it's going to be able to push through or not. So the first challenge of it may fail. So far, the second. This was our first test up here. It got up here and failed. Now it's trying it again. Is it going to be able to push through this time, or is it going to get sold off like it did back here? All right, so we're watching this one, watching it closely. I'm not convinced just yet on getting involved in this, so I have to wait and see. But I might have to JDST. I'm sorry, not JDST. I might have to JNugget for now, but then over the course of the next couple of days, reevaluate and be prepared to switch and get to the short. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at JNug for now and Nugget for now, and we'll see where we go from here. All right. All right, moving right along. Here's the pound sterling. We're in the ticking time bomb here too. Notice how it's been hanging up here near the resistance and having a hard time. It's been really paying a lot of respect to the overhead resistance. We even came off of the weekly trend momentum being bullish, and now we're starting a bearish cycle. I think this thing could go down in sympathy with Boris Johnson being in the ICU, people. All right, I'm just saying. Primary rally alert, secondary rally alert. Now we got that. We're coming off the back of a primary crash alert, and the market really hasn't even technically started to crash yet. So this is one to watch on the short side. All right, this is one to watch. Now, do what you got to do. Follow the system, but just keep your eyes open as you're doing it. Okay. Question. Let's see here. Since hedge has been acting weird, do you think it will underperform on the next down leg? To be quite honest with you, actually no. I think it's going to do good on the next down leg. The first down leg, again, that wasn't, the markets being the markets. That wasn't normal, natural markets. We don't go to a negative 6 sigma in a market. I don't ever recall the market ever going to a 6 sigma, ever. I think 9/11 was a 4. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember a 6. Even the financial crisis was like a 4. I don't remember a 6 sigma. Really? Are you kidding me? A 6 sigma? When in the world have you ever seen that? I haven't. I've never seen that. What we have happening here is that was just, you might as well just call it a flash crash or something, because that's basically the only way you can explain it. It wasn't the average flow and order of markets. It was it's once in a lifetime type of a movement. It's not normal market behavior. So you have price destruction all over the charts. The charts are jacked up, and it takes a few weeks for that to shake itself out, smooth itself out, and then the markets can start moving correctly. Now, the next legs down should be in an orderly fashion. It shouldn't be, the whole move in one day. All right. So, all right. Someone says that the hospitals are dead in the UK. Super quiet. Went to one today. Oh, okay. All right. Thanks for that report. So you're saying it's not a whole bunch of people all up in there. All right. All right. Well, I mean, according to the mainstream media, isn't this The Walking Dead for season 1? Right? That they'll make the way they're talking, they're making you think, bodies are just stacking up on top of bodies, and it's the end of the world. All right. I mean, is it? Is this year zero? Y'all remember that movie Year Zero? Is this year zero? Huh? Is it I Am Legend? The way they're talking, the way the markets fell apart and reacted, you would think this is I Am Legend. Yeah, doom averted. I don't think so. I think the next thing to deal with now is the ramifications of this military action against the citizens of Earth with this weaponized virus. I think the economies now are going to be the big thing. That's why I don't think we've even seen movements yet, to be honest with you. If the markets react, if people reacted off of the coronavirus story, what are they going to do when we talk about a global deflationary depression? Somebody said they saw one ambulance and it wasn't even rushing. That's funny. What was it? It must have been last Friday, I guess, whatever. I saw a fire truck. The people were just chilling in a shopping, a strip mall parking lot. They were just sitting there chilling. I've never seen a fire engine just parked like that, chilling, and the guys in it just sitting there looking around and talking to each other. I ain't never seen that before. So that was weird. I've seen ambulances chilling like that, talking, but never a fire engine. The only time I've seen a fire engine parked was at the firehouse. So, what else was I going to say? Yeah. So anyway, watch this pound sterling. It could get a knee-jerk reaction. Pray for the safety of and healing for Mr. Boris Johnson and his family. And if things go left, who knows how that pound could react? I'm just saying. All right. Looking at the euro yen. Remember, the euro yen has led the stock indexes throughout this economic shock. And right now, the euro yen is getting a technical bounce. All right. We had that primary rally alert. And then here we are. Okay. Sunday night, primary rally alert. Actually, I should say Sunday afternoon because this report comes out before the markets open. And then the market breaks out, okay? So it looks like it wants to head up here toward the trend line resistance. The euro yen is ahead of the market, all right? It's ahead of it. It already did wonderful things for a long time before, you know, the other markets did anything. This thing came straight down like that. It's already been bearish. It had its first leg down back here. When the stock market was still rallying, it came down really hard body karate, kept falling, and then fell again. So I think we have more. I think the pattern is going to be what it is. Here's the initial pattern when it sold off, looking like our stock market. And then from there, you had a little bounce, and then you had another leg down. Then you had another technical bounce from said leg down, right? Powerful rally. Look at that bar, right? Tested upper resistance. It broke through the trend line resistance, stopped right on it, closed right on it, then fell, right? Then broke through it again, fell, pulled back some more, broke through it and closed, then got up to the Kumo cloud resistance, stopped on a dime. Next day, inside day, and it generated a crash alert, a primary crash alert. The market proceeded to crash on the next bar, made a bearish pointer, crashed again, right? Then crashed again, then crashed again, bearish pointer. Then the next bar, inside day, generating a rally alert, primary rally alert, market pulls up. Is it going to try to get back up to the trend line this time, or is it going to fail? Thus setting up another primary crash alert here, and then takes us to the next leg down. I'm anticipating that is going to be the case. All right. Taking a look now at the euro itself. Primary crash alert is still in effect. Market is just losing momentum. Momentum is just pointing down. No end in sight. Is the euro going to break parity? Is it going to drop below 100? That's a scary proposition indeed. Bearish weekly trend momentum is extending, getting worse. It is getting worse. Looking here at the Dow Futures, ticking time bomb. We are not trending. This is today's work. This is today's rally. In the grand scheme of things, this is today's rally. All we're doing is trading inside of the established previous trading range back there. Market has just been there this whole time. Yeah, we went down for a leg lower, but came right back into the trading range and respected it. All right. Ran some stops down here. For those that tried the bottom fish right here, there were people just trying to buy this. That's how we got this uptick. People were buying it, thinking that was it. Then the market gaps down and catches them and makes a bullish pointer, saying this is a temporary bottom, and then that's what we got. But look how the market started curving and leaning over. It was standing up straight here, right? And then it just started leaning over. And then we just popped up again real quick. It's like a dude sitting on the train who's dozing off, and then he just pops his head back up real quick. That's what we just witnessed here. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's keep going. Excuse me for a second. The more I talk, the more the market is trying to do a little something. Hold on. All right. So, yep. Okay. So the U.S. stock indexes are in play, like I was telling you. But the only one that that's in play is the Russell. The others are not in play, just because of their positioning and the way the order flows, the money flows went into those markets today. You notice there is no intraday price inflection point for you for those, except for the weekly triggers. Okay, which they're probably nowhere in the world going to hit that tomorrow. So you may not be able to participate in tomorrow's movement if we do have a sell-off tomorrow. The only way to participate is by way of the Russell. All right, so I'm just giving y'all the heads up on that. So while we're talking, I'm going to need to go ahead and put a quick order in on the Russell so I don't miss I'm talking to you guys. So excuse me just for a second, because I need to put this in. So just bear with me for a second, because the market is starting to look weaker by the minute. All right, here we go. Interesting, very interesting. Here's something neat. If you go out to the December contract, there's like no volume or anything there, but there's a artificial ask of 1670 for the Russell, you guys, for December. So they're trying to say by the end of the year, the markets are going to make an incredible rebound. That's basically what they're trying to say. But for now, that's not now. This is not December. Market's in trouble. All right, so let me see here. I need to, what is it? Okay, bear with me. Bear with me. Yeah, sometimes, like I said, you have to get your orders in before the market moves, because trying to chase it after the fact is lame. And like I told you, it's always about price. At the end of the day, your price is what matters. You got to get your price. You got to get your price. You don't want to chase it and get a bad price, because then you have to suffer in the market through the pullbacks. And they do suck. All right. Had to at least get something in there working. Now I do. All right. I'm good now. So back to what I was saying. All right. Let's get back to the chart. All right. Okay. So we're looking at silver real quick. All right. So as we are talking, like I said, the active silver contract is still May right now. I think that's the May contract. It should be switching over to maybe June soon here, but we're still at 1585. So, all right. So here's your silver, though. At any rate, it's still below the trend line resistance, regardless of which front month you go with. We're still below the trend line. It's been coming up off of this low, but it's doing it really, really tiny ways. It's not really giving you a lot of gusto. Look at these bars on the way down, and then look at the bars on the way up. It's not even near the same. It's not even in the same category. Ticking time bomb still can technically consolidate it, because we're just trading within the ranges here and respecting it. So we'll see what happens. Your momentum, though, has come off of that low, and now it's trying to build. Your momentum is trying to build. So we'll see what happens. Will we get across at some point above this trend line resistance and then above the Kumo cloud? Well, the market's suggesting that we may. It may be ready to turn the tide, because we got the beginning stages of a bullish weekly momentum here. So we'll see. All right, taking a look now at food, taking a look at soybeans. Soybeans are coming off of this primary crash alert we got down here. Now we have a primary rally alert for tomorrow. I don't know if it will be able to play out tomorrow because as we speak, the US dollar index is up 8 pips. And, you know, it could continue to try to strengthen itself up. If the dollar gets stronger, then this obviously is not going to play out. But we got 3 to 5 bars for this to play out, just like we did here. All right. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 5th bar, boom. All right. Once again, here's your alert. All right. Sometimes it takes 3 to 5 bars to play out. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th bar, boom. All right. That's how it works sometimes. It's not always immediate. Sometimes it takes a minute. All right. Taking the bonds now. Looking at ticker TLT. It is still bullish, but we got a primary crash alert now. Primary crash alert happening in the bonds. It should be noted that the bond futures are now open and trading, and we are down 1130 seconds already. All right. System was letting you know that this was coming. All right. So here we go. That means TBT may be in play tomorrow. So we'll have to look for that and see. Now, I'm not taking anything away from this. I'm just saying that we're setting up another one of these. We know that this is credible because the last crash alert paid dividends. So the one prior to that, the last 2 crash alerts did produce movement. So we'll look and see. But it's looking like we could come back to the trend line at least. So I'm watching this one. I would definitely be watching it to see what happens. Like I said, TBT might be ready to actually do something this time. We'll see. All right, looking at your S&P 500, ticker SPY. Ticking time bomb momentum is trying to turn up. Looks like it wants to get up here to the trend line resistance. The weekly trend momentum has come off, but we don't have the beginning stages of a bullish one yet. The market is said to be basically flat when you see a bar like this. All right. Don't know which way we're going to run. Have to trust the system on it and do whatever it says. All right. Next one, SLV. Just like I showed you in the silver futures. Same type of scenario. We just filled this gap, but we got this strong overhead resistance. But we got bullish weekly trend momentum now pouring into the market. Could be enough to lift it to at least right above the trend line resistance. So we'll see. It's looking all right, though. All right. Take a look at the QQQ for those on the equity side of the NASDAQ 100. This one is right here. It's right at overhead resistance. It's right there. And we got a bullish weekly trend momentum. Can it push? Can this be, the lone wolf of the bunch? And if so, is it enough to lead the other markets with it? Or are we going to have a divergence, a rare divergence? This could be super rare. All right. The normal divergences we see in the U.S. stock indices always surrounds the Dow with the S&P 500 or the Russell or the NASDAQ taking the lead. On the divergences, though, it's always been the NASDAQ that would say, no, I'm stubborn, I'm not going to rally. And the Dow and S&P will rally. And the NASDAQ will say, nope, I'm not falling, but I'm really not rallying either. All right. That's happened before back in 2007. The NASDAQ said, I'm not rallying. The Dow and S&P were hitting new highs from 2007 up until August of 2008. The Dow and the Dow and the S&P were hitting new contract highs on the futures. NASDAQ was not. All right. This time around, the Russell is the weakest, but the NASDAQ is the strongest. So who's going to win out? Who's the real leader here? Is the Russell going to lead the market down, or is the NASDAQ going to come in and save the day and lead the market higher? Let's see. Taking a look at crude oil. The political football game continues. We got that ticking time bomb right here. We have the primary crash alert coming into play now. We had two back-to-back bars bouncing. We knew that something was possible because we had the primary rally alert right here, and then the market proceeded to break out. The last rally alert, the market did, break out, but it quickly reversed. It just didn't have enough in it. The rally alert prior to this one netted more of a bullish movement, but the market failed and closed at the low of the session. This time around, we got that movement, we got a continuation, and now we're looking down at pulling back significantly. We shall see. We shall see. Time will tell. But we're still trendless in the crude oil political football market. Take a look at the this is the I don't know why this NASDAQ came up twice. We just looked at that. All right, this is Litecoin, switching over to the crypto side. This thing is uber consolidated, man. It looks like it's moving up and up, but not really. You're just trading in the range. It's just moving up toward the higher end of the range, and that just so happens to be right here where the trend line resistance is. And we got the Kumo cloud falling down to meet the trend line. Is Litecoin trying to tell us something? Is Litecoin about to break out to the top side? Is Litecoin giving us a signal here that the altcoins are about to go boogity boogity? Are they about to go North Pole on us? Are we about to break out? Is it time for the altcoins? Are we about to see a bull market in the altcoins? Is the PulseWave, is the algo charts trying to tell us something? Is it time to back up the crypto truck? Are we getting near the breakout time? Is Bitcoin, altcoins, and gold, along with silver, about to run together like I told you that they were going to? Is it time? Is it close? Are we right there? I don't know. I don't know. This is getting exciting. Uh-oh. All right, here's the Japanese yen, showing you how the dollar's been acting. As you see the dollar, you see the yen hitting that trend line resistance, breaking out, and then bumping the head on the Kumo cloud. This is like a non-existent cloud. It's more like a chemtrail vapor. And I think the price action wants to punch right through it. Bullish weekly trend momentum coming up. I think we're going to test all the resistances here. This is looking like it could be ready to do something. We got momentum crossing up. All right. I don't know. We will see. Or are we going to fail and be a failed rally? Another top. And then we roll over. This one's looking interesting. Consult your reports to know what action to take on that one, because I don't know. Looking at the algo chart, I have no idea. All right, taking a look at HAT, our Illuminati Index, getting toward resistance. We got the trend line, bullish weekly trend momentum beginning to show signs. All right. From a money perspective, this is nice. This is what you want to see if you have a bullish outlook on the market, because it's looking like it may challenge resistance. However, if this thing breaks out, it's not good for our economy. It's not good for the world, because that means they're up to their shenanigans again. And this is alerting us that the next false flag type operation conspiracy is nigh upon us. All right. Just saying. Moving on. Here is Gold futures. All right. First top. Second top. Third time's a charm. Bullish weekly trend momentum. Bull market. Bull market. Bullish momentum. This thing is long and strong. I can't hate it up here. I can't hate it. I gotta like it. Coming off of a primary rally alert too. Looks good to me. Looks real good. All right, that's all we got, folks. That's all we got. My job here is done. Now let's comb through your questions because I think you may have a lot. Let's see what y'all got for me today. Let's see, scrolling down. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. DEX, has the Fed shot its 1.5 trillion bazooka yet? Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't think it's going to be enough. They're saying it's not enough. The word on the street is it doesn't matter what they do, it's not enough. Let's see here. No one wants the vaccine in the UK. I don't blame them. Let's see. All right. Okay. Here's one. Do you think the cryptos will get beat down after today's rise? Nah, man. Like the last chart we just looked at, man. I don't know. It looked kind of promising, man. I mean, you saw that Litecoin. That Litecoin was looking proper. I don't have no arguments on that. Now, of course, price action is going to do what it do, and we got to trade whatever we see. We can't trade what we think. So I don't know. I'm just going by what I see. What I saw in that chart. I don't have no problems with it. All I can tell you is the system has a buy trigger on it. I mean, system does not have a sell trigger. It has a buy trigger on it. That's all I can tell you right now. Excuse me. And we have a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow. And the markets is considered in a bear market correction. All right, so go Litecoin on that one. All right, let's see. Here it is. What else we got? Let's see. Looking forward to DEX call when he sees a bull market in the crypto setting up. That could be big. Well, yeah, I just gave you that. I think Litecoin is the one that's basically showing us that. You know, Litecoin tends to alert us to things. Ethereum too. Right now, Litecoin and Ethereum both have rally alerts for tomorrow and are both in bear market corrections. So, you know, I would definitely have your tickets ready because these cryptos can move kind of fast. So if you're gonna play them, I would have my tickets in and ready. I wouldn't be, playing around. You gotta keep your eyes and ears open on that because it can move kind of quick. If that's the side of the market you want, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's only if that's the side of the market you're looking at. Out of the stock indexes, though, the only one that looks like it's like ready to just get smoking here is, like I said, the NASDAQ. NASDAQ looks strong, but I got to keep it 100 with y'all because of the way the market's been moving. These futures have some ridiculous stops. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting it out there. The stops are ridiculous. They're ginormous. You have to basically pop your way through it as soon as you put the trade on. As soon as you get filled, you got to pop right away. Pop. Hopefully, the pop won't be as significant as the initial stops on the report, because right now these pops are absolutely enormous and not fun to look at all. But that's the risk that you're undertaking when you have this kind of volatility. You don't have a choice. If you're going to play in certain markets, the system tells you what your risk is before you even put the trade on. All right, Dex, do you think that the markets are just waiting for an excuse to fall again? Absolutely. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think it's just setting us up for the next leg down. I think if we don't fall tomorrow, we definitely start falling on Wednesday. Absolutely. So yes, smash that like button. Help a brother out. All right. I blessed y'all today. I gave y'all freebies and everything. I gave you freebies and everything. Hook me up. Smash that button. All right, Dex, your PulseWave trading is doing a great job teaching. You and Frank speak to what we need to know and do. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that, man. We're just trying to get better every day. Frank and I were always in the lab. He's in the lab doing the technical stuff that he do. I'm in the lab doing the trading things I do, and we put it all together and come out with a top-notch product backed by awesome pricing and outstanding customer service to go with it. You get to hang out with us in the trading room. We answer questions directly ourselves. We have a team that helps out as well, with Jen, and we got moderators in there too. So we try to give you really good service to get everybody up and running, So at any rate, we try. Like I said, we're trying. We're trying to be the best, man. We don't really compare ourselves to anyone else. We are our own competition. That's how we look at it. Let's see here. I like this one. The optimistic pessimist says everyone claims to have the best system or formula. What makes you any different? That's a really good question. That's an honest question. Seriously, that's a good question, and not one to be dodged. The answer to that, I think, is multifaceted. For one thing, I don't claim to have the best system in the world. I never said I have the best system in the world. Truthfully, if you've watched any of my videos and followed me throughout the years, I've told you that there's more than one way and more than one profitable trading methodology. I said, but the problem comes in, though, is that not all methodologies are the same. Not everyone will be able to trade the same methodology also. Some methodologies require a certain type of trader's makeup, a trader mindset. Not everybody has the same mental temperaments and things of that nature. So everything is not for everybody. So I've never said I have the best system. What I said is I have the system. There's a big difference between having the best system and having the system. The best system means as compared to what? When you say I have the best system, yeah, but as compared to what? I don't have the best system. I don't care about best. I care about having the system. I have the system. Now, I'll tell you what the system means. I have the most robust system that you will find anywhere else because I spent the last 20 plus years developing it. And I have at least a decade's worth of track record here on YouTube. All of my market videos and live streams are on my channel. I have never taken them down. You can go all the way back with me to when I first started here on YouTube back at 2010, 2009. You tell me. I'm that same dude that called the top in the Bitcoin market. I'm that same dude that called the top in the silver market the day that it topped. Intraday, as a matter of fact, I told people. I'm that same dude that showed you in this morning's live stream that my system, my cotton system, the cotton soybean system, the one that got me kicked out of the cotton pit, because I was picking the day ranges before the market even opened. I demonstrated that to you in real time today. If you watch this morning's live stream, look at my price trigger report for the Australian dollar and look at where the market opened. It's the identical price, the same price. That's what I do. You can't make this stuff up. That report went out yesterday afternoon, by the way, Sunday afternoon, hours before the markets opened. So that's what makes me different. I don't just talk about it, I be about it. I got about 10 years worth of trading videos in real time on this channel, and I show you every day what I do. Like I said, I have the system. That's what makes me different. Do other people have good systems? Yeah, they do. Absolutely. Absolutely. They do. You know, I've named names here on YouTube before. I've told you it's not but a handful of us that I know personally on YouTube that actually know what they're talking about and have systems that work for them. Yep, I can name them on one hand. I cannot fill up the hand. I can only, I know one person. All right, I know one person that I've talked to, and him and I, you know, we work together. The firm that I was at, he used to clear paper for my firm. He was the guy that was physically located on the trading floor, and I was the guy running my trading desk, and I would call my orders down to him to the floor for him to fill. So yeah, and he's on YouTube and he's doing well. He has his own strategy, his own system. He's a trader and a slash broker, I think, too. Good guy. He's dope. I love him to death. From time to time, I still go to his trading room just to say, hey, peek my head in and say, what's up? Everybody know me over there is the Vulcan. He's a cool dude. He's a real dude, a real trader. He even wears his trading jacket when he does his videos, the same jacket he wore on the trading floor. Like I said, stand-up guy. Real, he's dope. He's dope. But that's it. There are other brokers on YouTube, and a lot of them are very good. They're good brokers. They're dope brokers. They know what they're talking about. But as far as trading acumen, I can't speak to that. I can't tell you that I know a lot of good traders on YouTube or social media. I don't. I know of some of them, but I've never seen them trade, and I've never seen them call markets in real time. So I can't say that they're dope. I only know one dude. That's it. One other dude. Now, do I know other traders that were sick? Absolutely. I've known many of them over the years, but they're not on YouTube. They are not on YouTube. There is a dude on here, though, who is a better programmer than me. And he used to give away his actual programs, open code, the whole nine. He is on YouTube, but he does not do trading videos anymore. I don't know why he stopped and got out of the market. He had the sickest programs I've ever seen in my life. He just doesn't do market stuff like that anymore. I reached out to him. He didn't reach back because I remember him from back in the day, you know, the Yahoo message boards and all that, you know, and he didn't reach back. So something must have happened in his life or something. He just doesn't care. Every now and then he may talk about it or post something, but he doesn't do it. It's not a lot of us, man, in the world. To be quite honest with you, a lot of traders got blown out during the 2008 financial crisis. A lot of traders got their faces ripped completely off. Those that survived the 2008 financial crisis end up blowing up in 2010, specifically on May the 6th, 2010, when we had that 1,000-point drop in the Dow. Y'all remember that? I posted 2 videos in the trading room that are still up on YouTube. 2 of my favorite of all time. The one when the dude was like, cancel all orders. Stop. No more trading. One of my favorite. And then the other guy, the guy who was actually he was in the S&P pit, calling the market in real time, losing his voice and going hoarse. Those are my 2 favorite of all time. But a lot of guys, they blew up that day. There used to be a magazine, man. I don't know if it's still out. I think it was called Traders Magazine or something like that. And they did a special article one day on all the hedge funds and individual traders that blew up. And I mean blew up. It had everyone's story. Everyone was in there. From Victor Niederhofer to you name them. Everybody was in there. They spared no one. They aired everything out. And a lot of dudes, man, they have blown up over the years. That's why you don't see them no more. There was even some big channels on YouTube going way back even before I came on here, and they're gone. They're not on here no more. It's like it's only a handful of channels on YouTube, you know, that claim to do what I do, but they really don't. What you don't know is that they're education channels. When you sign up for their courses and their service and all that, really, you're paying thousands of dollars for their materials, and you still don't know what you're doing. And then you get to come and chill out with them in their live, chat room, trading room, whatever. But they're not giving you anything. They're not telling, okay, you guys, we're buying Yahoo right now at this price. Put your stop here. We're doing it right now. Get in there right now. They don't do that. They're not doing that. And the ones that do claim to do that, what they do, there's this one kid on here. I don't remember his name, so don't ask, because I really don't remember his name. I really don't. But he had a YouTube channel, and he had a big following, man, for a while. He had a big following. And what he would do was something that the brokers used to do back in the day. Now, I did not do this when I was a broker. I heard about it, but we didn't do it because we were afraid of the NFA and the CFTC, and we wasn't trying to get locked up or have our license taken away. But what he would do, so all right, I forget the term and what it's called, but here's how this Ponzi scheme works. You got a book, you got your book. Let's say you got 100 clients. You call the first 50 clients and say, we're buying Amazon today. We're gonna buy it at $1,000. All right. And I'm hoping that it moves up to let's say 1,010, and then we'll take profit. Then you hang the phone up. Then you call your other 50 clients and say, we're shorting Amazon today at 1,000, and I'm thinking it's going to drop down to at least $9.90, and we're looking to make $10 profit. All right, now you hang up the phone. Okay, what have you just done? You just placed a 50-50 bet. You know that Apple is either going to go up or down. So if it goes up, you look like a genius to the guys you said it was going up to, right? But you're going to lose the guys that you told to short, and they got stopped out. So that's how they do it. So there was a kid on YouTube doing something like that. He was pumping these penny stocks and stuff like that. And then he got exposed because supposedly this kid had got barred from trading in securities by the SEC. He's a young dude, man. He was running Ponzi schemes and stuff. Then he came back on YouTube and was working with this big channel, man. I won't even say who it is. And then Peter Schiff aired them out on live TV. He aired them out. He exposed the mess out of them. I will never forget it. It was a big thing on here on YouTube. He aired them out. He said they're a Ponzi scheme. They're making us look bad. They're making it hard on people in business, and they need to be outed. They need to be exposed, and that's what he did. He exposed them dudes, and I never seen them again. I haven't seen them back since, to be honest with you. So this, it's not a lot of people that do what we do. You only got two sides of the coin anyway. The first side of the coin is those of us who had securities license and worked in the industry. Either we were analysts or we were traders with a trading title, or ran trading desks, worked as brokers, things like that. So that's what we did. Okay. And then you have your other group of people who never worked in the industry, but they traded for all their life or whatever. And those are the two houses that you got. I come from the house of being. I was a person. I had a securities license. I built systems for clients, traded, ran a trading desk, the whole nine. That's the side of the fence I come from. So I bring that experience to the table. I can talk to you from both sides. I could talk to you from the life of a trader and also talk to you from being a broker. I know what both of those are like because I've done them both. Not everybody can say that. Plus, I'm psyched out because I came in at a pivotal turn, you know, in history. I started right before the internet was rolling out and people and online trading was going to become a thing. I actually had the privilege to work on a pilot with that. And that was a blessing to me. So I experienced and helped and participated in the rollout of Globex and them fixing Globex and all that stuff and working with this thing called the PAT system and all of that. I knew all those guys. And even when MF Global blew up and that other firm, I forgot the name of it, I actually worked with them before. So I've had a lot of, great experience and stuff. So that's why I can talk the way I talk, because I don't just talk it, I walk and do what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still here. All right. On this one here, no comment. And I just say, we already know what time it is. I'm not gonna say it. You see, yes, the answer is yes. And on this one, the answer is yes, yes, yep. That's all I'm gonna say. Yep. Both of those, you're both correct. Blow is correct, and so is optimistic. You guys are right, both of you. Absolutely right. No comment. I don't need to say nothing. You can Google all you want to, and you'll find out. One thing about the internet, folks, unless you have a lot of power and no friends in high places, you can try to get things scrubbed or removed, but trust and believe somebody has already downloaded or taken a picture of that information, and it is out there in the universe forever. The SEC, they, to my knowledge, unless they've changed recently, they don't delete nothing. The SEC and the CFTC, they delete nothing. You can go online and through the Freedom of Information Act, you can pull people's jackets. If a person got their hands slapped when they were working in the industry or whatever, it's there. You can see the lawsuits. You can see reparations. You can see all that stuff on there. If somebody was a bad boy, all that stuff is right there on their jacket. The only thing you can't see is people. You can't verify if someone was a stockbroker or worked on Wall Street more than 10 years ago, because the National Association of Securities Dealers, they don't keep that information on their site past 10 years. So someone who's an old head who worked there many, many moons ago, you just have to basically take their word for it. You won't be able to verify it because their jacket is pulled. All right. Newer people, though, their jacket's still up there. You can pull that. You can go Google that, and it'll come up, and you can check and see what year were they licensed, and you can see all the firms they work for. Same thing with anyone who was registered with the NFA and the CFTC. My jacket is still there. I even showed it on YouTube. I don't know if it's still on, if that video's still up there or not or whatever. I did it around the time of the John Corzine situation with MF Global, because there was a lot of false information being put out there, and I had to blow it out. I had to expose that and blow it up, and for what it was, because there was lies. So I exposed it and I showed everybody, how you can go to the NFA and pull up everybody's stuff, and that's what I did. And I said, see, I'm on here too. I'm still on there. My jacket is clean. Can other people say the same? You know what I'm saying? So I was showing everybody that, there's people who are about this life, and then there's those that pretend to be about this life. So let's see. What is this one? Dex, didn't you work on the first Wall Street algo system? Don't know what you mean. You mean something for them? No, I didn't do anything for them. No. Everything I've ever done was for myself and for my clients. I never worked under anyone's auspice. I didn't work at anyone's lab where my research, they owned it kind of thing. No. What I did was my stuff. When I left the street, I took my system with me. I only worked at 2 firms, and both of the firms tried to steal my stuff. Both tried to be slick and steal my work, straight up. The second firm I worked for, unfortunately, they were really shady. And when I found out how shady they were, I quit. I walked out. I found out they were reverse engineering people's proprietary software. Yeah, they had some slick people working there, man. They could crack anything, and I do mean anything. They could hack any software, and we not just crack it, but reverse engineer it. I'm like, you ain't doing that to me. I'm out. Peace. And the first firm I went at, it was just more of a professional jealousy thing. The guy had a few years up on me of research, and because he couldn't crack the code and figure out how to do this thing, he was jealous because me and my buddy, my best friend at the time, we were both killing it. Actually, I had another buddy there too. It was 3 of us. We were like the 3 amigos at one point. We was all killing it. My man, he made a he figured out a system for trading the S&P, for day trading the S&P futures back then, and it was actually pretty good, man. I told him, I was like, how you figure that out? And you know, you don't even like do what we do. But he has a little thing, and it still kind of works today too, man. I gave him all the credit for it. He put it together, not me, and it still kind of works today. You can still use it. And we still joke about that whenever. I haven't talked to him in years now, though. But from what I've seen on social media, he's still doing good. But yeah, man. I mean, it's this is a tough life, dude. Don't get it twisted. Trading professionally for a living is not for everyone, because there's a lot in being an entrepreneur. You know, you set your own hours and everything, but you got to have that kind of work ethic, and you can't be easily distracted. You got to be able to focus. And trading reveals that. You know, trading reveals all your flaws and stuff. It shows if you're a greedy person, if you're an arrogant person, if you know what I'm saying. And you be like, how does it do all that? Well, one of the ways it shows if you're a greedy person is because you refuse to take profit when it's there for you on the table. Because you're greedy. You know, I want more. I need more. Instead of taking what the market's giving you, you want more. So instead of being consistently profitable, you'll make some, but then you always give it back because you don't take your profit. It'll show if you're an arrogant person. An arrogant person is a person who doesn't want to admit when they're wrong. They refuse to admit when they're wrong. It's someone else's fault. Everyone else is wrong and they're right. And this person will keep moving their stops lower and lower, risking more and more, instead of just admitting you're wrong and getting the heck out of the market and wiping the dust off yourself and get ready for the next trade. You're going to say, nope, I'm not wrong. I bought Bitcoin at 22,000. It's going to 40,000. And then it drops to 19,000. Then it drops to 18,000. Nope, I'm moving my stop. I'm putting my stop to 16 now. Then the market moves even lower. Before you get stopped out, you move it down to 15,000. The market drops some more. Okay, I'm moving my stop down to 12,000. Bitcoin's now trading at 13,000. Okay, I'm still not wrong. I know it. And then you keep moving your stop, and then eventually you can't take any more pain. You're pretty much bankrupt. You get the heck out of the market. Now you lost all your money. See what I'm saying? Instead of just admitting when you were wrong the first time, when you got in at 20,000, you should have got out at 19, but you didn't, because you didn't want to admit you were wrong. So trading exposes our weaknesses as well as our strengths. All right. So that's why it's not for everybody. Some people don't take it well when it comes to losses. They don't take losing very well. They're sore losers. You lose two, 3 trades in a row, you ready to quit and give up. You saying the universe is against you. Everybody's out to get you. The world is out to get you. Dude, you only lost 3 trades. Do you know how many trades you normally will put on in the course of a year? Hundreds. You crying over 3 losses? Really? Really? That's like the retail store crying because last year at this time he sold $6,000 in inventory this week last year, but this year he's only sold 5,000. So now he say, I'm a loser, I quit, I give up. Really? See what I'm saying? Nah. So the market will expose that part about you. Oh, you throw temper tantrums. You don't have no staying power. You're not treating this like a business. You become successful and consistently profitable in trading when you start taking it seriously and treating it like a business and not a casino and not a get rich quick scheme. Can you get rich quick trading? Absolutely you can. But it's not about getting rich. Trading is not about getting rich. It's about being consistently profitable. If you can just do that, the wealth aspect will take care of itself. What you want to do when it comes to trading is you want to be consistently profitable. You got to be consistent. How do you get consistent? Trade execution. If you execute your trades like you're supposed to, you will do well. That's the first step. That's why I made my my introduction tutorial free. Once you open up a free account, you have access to that. I made that free because people need to hear that. Everything I'm saying to you now, I go into much more depth. And this is what trading does for you. Trading is the hardest thing you will ever do, but it's also the easiest thing you will ever do. The hardest part about trading is executing correctly every day. Is the system giving you a buy signal today in a particular security? That's one of your favorites that you like trading. Why aren't you trading it? Why aren't you trading that? Where are your tickets? Why don't you have tickets on? You know the market's about to open in a few minutes. Why aren't you placing your orders? What are you doing? Why aren't you doing it? See what I'm saying? So you got to execute, man. You can't be gun shy. You got to execute. You can't overthink things and suffer from analysis paralysis. You got to get in there and do the same thing every day. It's monotonous. You got to be like a computer, like a Vulcan. That's why I call myself the Vulcan. No emotions involved. Just place the freaking tickets. Seriously, place the ticket. Place the buy or sell, place your stop, walk away. Push back from the table. That's all you got to do. The market will take care of the rest. Seriously, that's what you do. Well, but the system is saying the stop. Look how wide that stop is today. Oh my goodness, I can't afford that. Then you have to stay out of that market today. Then, sir, I'm serious. You don't force your beliefs or your financial situation on the market. The market could care less about you as a person. The market doesn't love you. The market doesn't like you. It doesn't care about your finances. It doesn't care if you're rich. It doesn't care if you're poor. It doesn't care if you're black, white. It doesn't care if you're smart or dumb. It doesn't care if your breath stink. It don't care if your hair is nappy. It don't care. It doesn't want to hear any of that. Well, I've read a book on money management and stuff. And if I use this blackjack gaming theory, if I don't risk more than 2% of no, the market doesn't care about your theories. It doesn't care about any of that. And it's not beholden to it. You go ahead and try that if you want to. Well, nope, I'm only risking $100 per trade because that's what I read in this book. And this guy, he said he made $2 million by the time he was 18 by using these principles. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay. First question to you is, when was that book written? I guarantee you it was written in the 90s or before. It was not written now. Because if it was written now, you're stopped out. You can't win with that strategy. I double dare you to try that strategy trading the Dow in the last 3 weeks. You would have been stopped out every single time. Stopped out before you even had a chance to hit send on that order. You're stopped out. You cannot force your money situation on the market. Is it good to risk 2%, 3%? Market doesn't care about your percentages. The market tells you how much it costs to trade a particular market on a given day. It just so happens that if you want to trade the Dow right now, you got to be willing to risk 2,000 to 3,000 points, Dow points. Take it or leave it. But that's absurd. You can't win risking that kind of money. I didn't make the rule up. The market has already decided for you based on current volatility. Use any kind of methodology you want based on the current volatility of this market. Sir, ma'am, are you ready to risk 2,000 to 3,000 Dow points? If you are not, then stay out of that market for the time being, because you're going to get stopped out. I'm sorry. Now, I do recognize and I realize that one of the issues with the loaded trigger method that I put in there for you guys that like to get in there and bang it out, is that if you don't understand that methodology, you're going to get clipped on both sides. You put a sell order in, stopped. You put a buy order in, stopped. And that's because what the system was doing was taking advantage of intraday price swings. So it was going to get long when the market swung up and get short when the market swung down. You would be going long and short both every day. I realized that was just too much for most people in this current market environment. So what I did was I just said, let's forget about that aspect of it, and let's just bring back the tried and true cotton soybean system. And that's what I did. And that's why a lot of you have been having a lot of success. So now all you have to do is just do what the system tells you to do. And as soon as you are filled in the market, folks, get ready to start popping your way through it. You got to pop it. It's just too much volatility right now. You got to pop it. I'm serious. You could be up big on a trade, and then within 45 minutes, not only has the market given it all back, but now you're deficit because it's moving against you. You got to use pop. All right. If you don't know what that is, you need to go to pulsewavetrading.com and get our introductory price right now of $69 a month. And we'll take you through the course, and you'll learn what the pop method is. All right. And then you'll understand what I'm talking about. But you got to. You got to. All right. So remember that. Now, as far as I see what you wrote in there, Jeff. Just remember too, you guys, it's all about your mindset and your approach. We're not swinging for fences. All right. We're being reasonable. All right. I don't put all of my stuff on one trade, because again, I'm not. This is not a casino. It's not a lottery ticket. All right. What you're trying to do is you're trying to play within the flow of the market. You're trying to get in there and do what the market is doing. All right, that's what you're trying to do. And you're trend following at the end of the day. All right. Okay. Now I got another question. All right. Confused about the crypto. You mentioned Litecoin, and you like what you see in the chart, and it may lead the way. Am I to assume it's time to back up the truck, or are you still waiting on Bitcoin area along with the rest of the other markets going down? I'm second guessing what I thought you meant. Thanks. Okay. So here's the thing, Barry. When I was going through on the chart segment, what I was explaining to you was what the algo charts were saying, how things may be shaping up. Like we could be entering a bottoming process in the altcoins, and that's what the Litecoin chart was starting to suggest. We're not there yet. Like I said, we're not there yet. I'm just saying it's looking like the process that we could be getting close to that. There's still a lot of ground to cover before we start backing up the truck. We got to officially be in a bull market, and we're not officially in a bull market. Okay. So once we are, then you'll know that because you'll be in it, and you'll be long the market, and you'll be building your position in that market. So that's what that's about. All right. And Wayne, yes, I will share my current orders for you. Yes, I will let you guys know before we do the pre-market tomorrow. I'll let you know what I'm doing. But I already told you, I don't know if you heard it or if you caught that segment, but I did put my short in on the Russell futures. That ticket is working. All right. That's the only thing I got going on right now. All right. I'm done. I done ran my mouth for way longer than I thought. So I got to get going. All right. Yeah. Hey, if you want more, you should check out the trade introduction that I do, the introduction to trading. I go into a lot of stuff. All right. It's really worth a listen to it. It's good. Even if you're a seasoned trader, trust me, you're going to get some valuable wisdom from it. All right. And if you go to PulseWaveTrading.com, open up the free account, that's one of the goodies that we have there now for you. All right. And if you can't find it or whatever, you need help, just send a shout out to support or reach out to one of the moderators in the room or Frank, and they can help you with that. Okay. All right. With that being said, man, remember, PulseWaveTrading.com. Come get that 6-pack. You know you thirsty. I've been telling you guys, man, and I say this to you guys in the utmost sincerity. They're coming for your jobs, man. You're going to need an income stream, separate from a day job. If you still have a day job, thank God for it. But if you really want to build that wealth and take advantage of what's coming, all right, there is going to be a shift. There's a shift of wealth redistribution underway. And wouldn't you like for that distribution to come your way? That's what trading is going to provide you. It's going to give you that opportunity. All right. It's not guaranteeing you're going to make money. Don't say I said that. I didn't say all that. What I'm saying is going to put you in a position so that you can benefit and profit from it. Okay. All right. With that being said, folks, remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I will see you guys tomorrow's pre-market pulse scan, and the rest of you, I'll see you in the trading room. And I'm out of here. Peace.